my name is Rebecca Rice, and today we're going to be talking about instant photography. Instant photography has grown in popularity quite a bit in most recent years. This is most likely due to the appeal of having that physical, instant memory of whatever you're trying to capture with your instant camera. So today we're going to be discussing the Instax Mini 8 by Fuji. This is one of the more popular cameras on the market, purely because it is affordable, easy to use, and just super cute and stylish. It's really fun. That's probably why they're doing so well. There are a couple new models of this camera that are available, at least the Instax Mini 9. But even if you have a newer model, that's okay. They all function in relatively the same way, and so you'll still be able to make use of this tutorial. And whether or not you have a camera and you are wanting to learn how to use it, or you're interested in learning about a camera before you buy one, this is a great tutorial for you. Just stick around and I'm sure you'll learn lots. So the first thing that we're going to want to talk about is the film. All Instax Mini cameras take Instax Mini film, also by Fuji. This film can be bought anywhere that the camera can. It can be purchased in bulk on Amazon or in stores like Walmart and Target. When you take the film out of the box, it comes in packs of 10 in these silver cases. You're going to want to make sure that you hold the film by the edge. There are chemicals inside the film, and holding it in the middle, in the center, will squish the chemicals together and can damage your film, rendering it useless. So we're going to go ahead and open it up just so you can see. When you're opening it, please be very careful. Once again, you don't want to squish your film together. Just be careful. You can even see that on the film, there's a warning label not to squish, so you know, don't put your fingers anywhere the finger on the film is. It's pretty simple, just hold it by the side, and we're going to be putting it in the back of our camera. There's a door in the back of the camera right here that you can open to put the film in. So how you know which way to put the film in is pretty simple. There are indents in the film right here and pushers in the back of the camera right here. You want to line it up so that this little yellow dot is at the top and that these indents will be pushed by the pushers in the camera. You can put it in and close it up. While you are getting ready to take your picture, there are a few things to remember. You can look right here at any point. There's a dial to see how many pictures are left in your roll of film. They come to 10 pictures per package of film most of the time, and you don't want to try to be remembering how many pictures do I have left, do I need to bring more film. Simply, you can always just look right there, it'll tell you how many. The next important thing to remember before taking your picture and getting into all of that is not to open the back of the camera until all of the film has been used. The film is very sensitive to light and heat, which is why it's important to keep it in a dark, cool area until using it. And opening up the back will expose the film to light, which can damage it and once again render it useless. It will ruin your film. So until you have used all of the pictures and this little counter is at 0, you do not want to open the back of your film. So now we're going to move on to the lens of your camera, which is the most important aspect. Opening the lens and turning on the camera is the same button. It's right here. You'll be able to hear your camera power on, which is super nice. You always know when it turns on. And there are a few things that we want to go over first. So there are some lighting settings on your camera, and you'll know the camera's on when these lighting settings are visible. You can see the little orange light there, and that the lens cap can be moved back and forth. There's a small dot indent on the lens, and you just want to line that dot up with whatever lighting setting the orange light is on. The camera has sensors inside it that tell you which lighting setting to put it on because it takes into account the light surrounding you. So there are indoor settings, cloudy settings, bright light settings, that sort of thing. So for the most part, you just want to follow the camera's intuition, and it usually knows what to do. So when you are taking your picture, this camera is a simple point and shoot, which means all you have to do is look through the viewfinder, which is super nice. Whatever you see through the viewfinder is what you'll see in your picture. You don't have any specific settings or special zooms. The only settings you have to worry about are your lighting settings. So the next thing to take into account when you're taking your pictures, don't cover up the flash. Those lighting settings that we discussed tell the flash how bright to be, and covering up the flash will mess up the lighting within your picture. So unless you're experienced and want to experiment with different artistic lightings, don't cover the flash. just leave it on and you'll get some pretty nice pictures that way. The next thing to remember is that this is not an up-close camera. It doesn't have any zoom settings, as we said earlier, like a digital camera or your phone when you get close to something will adjust. This camera cannot. Getting super close to something will just come out with a blurry picture. So you want to be about 3 to 5 feet away from whatever you're shooting at. And then, of course, likewise, you can't zoom in. So whatever you see in this viewfinder in the back of the camera is what you will see in your picture. So if something seems far away in the viewfinder, it will be far away in your final photo. So you don't want to be super far away from something either. Simple point and shoot, which is why these cameras are so easy to use, but it does mean there is a little bit of lack of customizability when it comes to the amount of zooming you can do. So just remember, not up close, not far away, there's no zooming on your camera. So the next thing we're going to do is actually take a picture, but there is one thing that you need to do first. So every pack of film comes with a dark slide. This is just a black slide that goes as the very first slide that will come out. It generally protects the film inside from light when you're taking the film outside of the packaging like we did earlier. So before you take your first picture, before you line up your shot, you just want to point your camera, doesn't matter where, and hit the button right here. And that's going to get rid of the dark slide. This you can just throw away. I usually like to get rid of my dark slide before I go out to take pictures so I don't get line up the perfect shot and then have wasted all that time because it's the dark slide. So this you can just throw away. All it does is protect the film from light when you're putting it in the camera. So you can get rid of it and get ready to take your actual first picture. So you're just going to look through the viewfinder, making sure your lighting setting is on what the camera tells you to. Don't cover the flash and press the button. As we saw with the dark slide, your picture is going to print through here. So when your picture comes out, hold it by the edges. As we remember, there are chemicals inside of the film. And pushing or smudging on those chemicals can damage your picture. It can, once the picture has been taken, it can make it blurry afterwards, so you don't want to push it. You just want to hold it by the side and set it on a flat surface to develop. So I want to go over some reviews now that you know how to use the camera. So we remember that the film goes in the back right here. The lens is right here. You can turn on the camera and open the lens using the same button. There are lighting settings, and usually you just want to put it to whatever the camera tells you to by lightly turning the lens in either direction. And the last thing that I want to talk about is, of course, not smudging your ink while you're waiting for that picture to develop. So always hold things by the edges, whether that be the film you're putting in or the new picture. And last but not least, if your camera runs out of batteries, the battery slot is right here. This camera takes simple AA batteries. No need to buy expensive camera batteries. So just remember, when you're taking pictures, be creative and have fun. Don't have that fear of wasting film because you just won't get any pictures if you're constantly afraid of wasting film. As long as you're using the camera properly as demonstrated in this video, you'll have lots of fun and you'll have some great memories. And just to show how quickly the film does develop, here's the picture that we took. It has already started to develop. And here is a fully developed photo so you can see what those start to look like. So in the end, just remember, have fun, be creative, and as far as expense goes, this is one of the less expensive cameras on the market. So don't be worried about wasting your film. Just have a great time, and I hope this was very helpful to you. Goodbye.